Hello there, this is Ty the Movie Guy, and we are back to do another The Good, the Bad, and the Meh because I like doing these and it seems like you guys really enjoy this because the last one did pretty gosh darn good. So I am doing another one, but this time it is with the Marvel series because yeah, I did the movies last time and there's just so much Marvel content that I wanted to break it up, and so that's what I did. So, if you don't know, the good, the bad, and the meh is for like how I categorize upcoming things, and the good is for anything that is like almost guaranteed to be great, and I'm super, super excited for it. And then the bad is for things that I'm like, the exact opposite, where they look pretty bad and I'm just not excited for. And then the meh is for things that are either in the middle or I just don't know enough to really have an opinion on them yet. So, with that said, let's jump into our first series. So, the first series is Loki, and this is like one of the ones that I'm kind of cheating on because you may know that this has already come out. But I've thought of this video even before the series like started, so I'm just really late with this video. But yeah, it's already out and everything, so that's kind of not fair for this category, for this ranking video. But as you may know, in the after credits of the season finale, it does say there is going to be a season 2. So I can still have it in here. And easily, this is going in the good category because season 1 was really great and left on a cliffhanger. So I really want to know what's going to happen with Sylvie and Kang and Loki and what multiverse he is in. And there's just so much that I want to know from that series. And yeah, the first season was really great. And I am sure that season 2 is also going to be great. So yeah, once again, it is going in the good category. Our next series is What If, and this is a series that is coming up really, really soon, like in sometime in August. So that's really exciting, just considering how close it is. And since it's coming out really, really soon, we have gotten a trailer for it. And before the trailer, I was pretty iffy on it, but after the trailer, it did make me more excited. So that is a positive, of course, with just because like the animation looks really cool, and just I thought all the episodes were going to be about separate characters, but there were certain scenes that showed the characters together. So that makes me excited that hopefully they are going to like team up maybe at the end. Like, the first few episodes are going to be separate and then maybe they team up. So that gets me a bit more excited, but still, I don't think enough to go in the good category. So it is going in the meh category for now. But it does have a decent chance of moving to the good category after I watch it. Next up is the Hawkeye series, and I think this is one of the other series that is still coming out in 2021, so that also is pretty exciting that it is also fairly close to coming up. And this is a series that, like, well, the trailer hasn't come out at all, so we don't know the plot, and that's why we don't know the plot. But just, I can kind of imagine what the plot would be. It'd kind of be like, I think it would kind of give off like Falcon and the Winter Soldier vibes, like a very grounded movie, because Hawkeye isn't this like god of thunder like Thor, like he is just a guy with an arrow. So it is going to be like a very grounded series, like of him fighting goons and stuff like that. And I'm okay with that. Hawkeye has always got, like, he's always been trashed on and stuff like that, kind of similar with Black Widow, but she's got a movie and he's getting a series, so they are getting the love that they deserve, and I'm all for that. And there's been some like official characters and some rumored characters coming in this series. Like, Hawkeye's confirmed and he's just been a great character, and then Kate Bishop, I don't know much about her, but she just looks really cool in her comic accurate purple suit. And then I've heard Kingpin from the Daredevil series might be in it, so that's really cool. I haven't seen the Daredevil series yet, but I would really like to, especially before I watch this series, because maybe the multiverse is also in this series. That'd be really cool. And then Lucky the pizza dog is confirmed, and I don't know much about him either, but it's just a dog, so that's pretty great. I love dogs, so like that's an easy positive character. And then of course Yelena Romanoff is going to be in it, hunting down Hawkeye for supposedly killing Natasha. So that's going to be really cool. I said in my Black Widow review that I kind of hope she doesn't keep hunting him down, because Hawkeye could like literally just be like, "Yo, I didn't kill her. Get it through your head. We were good friends." So I feel like I'm hoping she doesn't keep tracking him down and maybe joins him. And then I've also heard that, I don't think it's been confirmed, but Red Guardian might also want to go after Hawkeye. And I feel like he's a character who wouldn't listen to Clint as much as Yelena would. So maybe Yelena helps Clint, but Red Guardian doesn't believe him and still goes after him. So, like, all of those characters, I don't think all of them are confirmed, but some are rumors, and it just sounds like really good as this nice actiony, like just this nice smaller scale type of series. And Hawkeye fits perfectly for that mold, so he is going in the good category. Next up is Miss Marvel, and the character of Miss Marvel is kind of cool, but also kind of not cool. Like, the power to be stretchy is a pretty cool power, but then when you think about it, that's literally Mr. Fantastic's powers. So like, she's literally just like copying someone else's power, and like Mr. Fantastic is way better because he's an adult, and Miss Marvel is this little girl. And I think in the comics she was a bit older. I don't know how old she's going to be in this series, but from the set photos I have seen, she looks like really, really young. And I'm not a huge fan of like super young characters like that, because it gives off like high school vibes and blah 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 blah, and trying to live a normal life and stuff like Spider-Man was. And Spider-Man did a decent job at this, but she looks even younger than Peter Parker. So I'm just not that interested in it, considering that it's like this really young characters, and I don't like child characters, at least as like the lead role. And then she's just like, her powers are kind of lame too. And yeah, so none of it really excites me. Of course I'm gonna watch it because it's Marvel, but like, if it was not Marvel, I would probably not watch it. So it is our first bad series. I hope it's good, but I think it might be bad. Next up is I Am Groot. And from what I've been told, this is an animated series. And I have a feeling, I don't remember if it was confirmed or not or whatever, but like, I have a feeling this is going to be like this little, cutesy little show of, baby Groot doing like, I guess it is going to have a story, but it's going to be very, very childish, I feel. And I'm not a huge fan of that. It kind of reminds me of Droid Tales that was revealed for Star Wars. Like, just take a cute character from the franchise and animate it and just have them on a little adventure, and it just sounds very, very childish to me. Like, Marvel is intended for kids, but like, you can make a series that is intended or that kids and adults can watch, but this just seems very, very childish. And I actually just thought, I know I probably will watch it. It's Marvel, I kind of have to, but it's definitely going in the bad category. I'm gonna watch it, but I don't really want to. Next up is Armor Wars, and this is a very mixed one to me, because I think War Machine is going to be the main character, and I think that's pretty cool because he's been around since the very first Iron Man movie. So yeah, he's been around forever, and so yeah, he does deserve his spot in the spotlight, of course. But I feel like they're kind of like gonna use too much of like Iron Man to make this series. Like, it's gonna be, I think, I'm not 100%, but I think Justin Hammer is gonna be in it, so it's probably gonna be him wanting revenge. And like, they just keep using Iron Man villains for like other characters and stuff like that. So I kind of wish like War Machine could go on his own thing and like not deal with our or Tony's problems like Justin Hammer and stuff like that. So I'm putting it in the meh category. I wish Rhodey had more to do on his own instead of dealing with Tony's problems, which I think is what's going to happen. But hopefully he gets to stand on his own for this series. Next up is Secret Invasion, and this is like the thing from the comics that seems the most interesting to me. Unfortunately, I have not read any of the comics. There's just way too many to get into, but I've always known about Secret Invasion and it has sounded really, really cool. I remember before Captain Marvel came out and like, people knew Skrulls were going to be in that movie. I remember I would like watch conspiracy videos about like which Avenger is going to be a Skrull, and or I guess that wasn't too long ago, but younger me was just like, oh my god, Captain America could be a Skrull. But like, of course they weren't going to do that. But now this is like a perfect opportunity to have evil Skrulls, which I feel like is the best type of Skrull. A Skrull should be a bad guy. They just give off bad guy vibes. And Nick Fury is the lead, and then Talos is, I'm guessing he's going to still be a good guy, a good Skrull. So them together is going to be really, really cool. And, Nick Fury's been around for a really long time. So I'm really glad that they're giving like side characters their own series and movie and stuff like that. Because that is what Phase 4 is doing a lot. And yeah, like taking a great character like Nick Fury and then giving him a great plot, like finding out what's their plan, like why are they disguising themselves, it's going to be like I feel like it's going to be very technical and like detective-y, where you got to like pick up on certain things like he seems different, like stuff like that. You got to know who's the shapeshifter, and it is going to be really, really cool. So this is easily going in the good category. Next up is She-Hulk, and don't get me wrong, like female characters are as good as the male characters, but I really, really don't like it when they literally take a male character and then make like a girl version of that character. Like, why can't they just have a female character with her own unique powers? Like, I don't really get it, so that kind of bothers me with She-Hulk. And that's like the main thing that bothers me, and I think it's gonna have something to do with like court cases and law, because I think she's a lawyer and some stuff like that. So that is kind of boring for a Marvel movie or a Marvel series, so that's also not that interesting to me. But the characters rumored to be in this are pretty cool. I'm pretty sure Abomination is rumored to come back in this, and then I'm pretty sure Hulk is coming back, and I think he's going to be a great mentor for She-Hulk or whatever he's going to be. I think this is his chance to have a pretty important lead, because, the last time he was the lead role was all the way back in The Incredible Hulk, and I think, it wasn't Mark Ruffalo at the time, so Mark Ruffalo is finally getting a chance to not be the main character, but be a very important character in a solo series. And then I'm hoping Ross is very connected to Hulk and everything like that, so I'm hoping he's going to be in it, and maybe he becomes the Red Hulk and set up Thunderbolts. That'd be really, really cool. So like the other characters are cooler than the main character, and the law aspect that I've heard about isn't that interesting, so I am putting it in the meh category. Next up is Ironheart, and not gonna lie, this one is kind of like Miss Marvel, but like even worse, because it's like this young character, which I'm not a huge fan of, like young characters as lead. They just come across as annoying to me. And then who is this girl? Why is she becoming like I guess she's not Iron Man, but Ironheart. Why is she becoming like a different version of Iron Man? Like, first of all, if anyone were to replace Iron Man, it should be, someone who knows him, of course, like War Machine or Pepper or Morgan or Harvey or someone who knows him, not this random girl who, I don't know, stumbles across his technology and, makes her own suits or whatever. But yeah, it's just very, very dumb that, like, first of all, I think they should just let Iron Man rest in peace. And to make it worse, they're gonna continue his legacy with some random girl that he didn't even know. So this is easily going in the bad category. It's definitely questionable. Next up is the Moon Knight series. And I don't know much about Moon Knight, but all I really know is he's basically just Batman of Marvel. And I love Batman. Batman is a great, great character. He's a detective. He's like this superhero with a ton of gadgets and stuff like that. And Batman, it works really good for a series because, each episode he can like do some detective work or, like go on a certain mission and stuff like that. And if Moon Knight is like Batman, as I think he is, he fits also perfectly into a series. And Oscar Isaac, I think, has already been cast as Moon Knight, and he was pretty cool as Poe Dameron. Unfortunately, he was stuck in a crappy trilogy, but as acting and as the character, he was pretty cool. I will forgive him for the dumbest line of talking about, Palpatine has returned. But like, I don't blame him for that. He's a pretty good actor. He was also Apocalypse. Yeah, that was just okay. But yeah, so it's got a good actor. It's got like a cool premise of basically just Marvel Batman. So that is enough to put it in the good category for me. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the good, the bad, and the meh. This is a very like evened out playing field. Like, there's like quite a few in the bad, quite a few in the meh, quite a few in the good. And I think that's mainly because Marvel is releasing a lot in Phase 4. And, like, it's good that they're releasing a lot and trying new things. But with anything like that, there's always going to be the bad ones, of course. And I'm hoping they're gonna be good, but just from the just the title and little talks about them, they don't some of them don't really interest me that much. But I'm hoping, when I watch a trailer and then when I actually watch it, I will be happy with the series. But for now, some of them are pretty disappointing, but there's also ones that make up for that. So overall, like, like there's lots of them in the meh and the bad, but there's just so many in general, so that makes up for it. So overall, I am actually happy with this. I'm just happy with any Marvel content. So yeah, that's all I have to say for now, and farewell.